look, they did us a bunch of favors in this game by walking Freddie, walking Mookie. And then Will Smith hit by the pitch. So, they handed this to the Dodgers. That made it 3-3. And then all Max needed to do was hit a fly ball. Fortunately, he did that. So it's a win. I wouldn't call it a dominant win, but it is heroic because we all thought that this one was going south. Nando is still on Conforto. This is everything that happens bad to the Dodgers is Conforto's fault. 0 for 3 tonight, 164 batting average. I'm not going to defend him. Swing still looks okay, but striking out a lot. Only one time today. I thought it was twice. But Snell, is that a trash signing? I don't know. Tanner Scott? Really? You're on Tanner Scott too? He wasn't good today, but the whole bullpen has been bad. How can we point out Tanner Scott? His ERA is still pretty good at 2.42. Look, the guy that we beat, Shelby Miller, he had a 1.35 ERA coming in. Now 2.18. First time all season he's pitched on 3 consecutive nights. So he was ripe for the picking. So it's good the Dodgers got to him. But I'm just like, how is it possible that they have no ability to get to these garbage bullpens? Oh.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
This one's easy. Yamamoto went 7, allowed just 1 hit. He struck out 9. And here's the thing I loved about his performance. It wasn't splitter reliant. He did throw a fair amount and got some Ks with the splitter, but he was relying heavily on the fastball. And that is, that's when you've really got it locked in. When he's dotting fastballs in certain spots, outside, inside, up, down, whatever he was looking for, whatever Will Smith was calling. Let's see how many. 4-seam to start for a strikeout, curve, splitter, 4-seam splitter, 4-seam cutter. Maybe one more. I think there was a splitter at the end. So he really mixed it up nice. But when you have command of that fastball like that, makes it really hard on the opposition. And the curveball was also big. Clayton Kershaw 12-6 curveball today. So everything Yamamoto did was on point. Unfortunately, he did not get the win. Anthony Banda gets the win. That's a tough one for Yamamoto, who really, unfortunately, I said this yesterday, said it a couple of times. There's always one guy in a rotation that doesn't get run support, and that guy's usually pitching very well. And this year it seems to be Yamamoto. Over the last 5 games, he's gotten 18 runs of support, but not including tonight. 9 of those came in 1 game against the A's. So over 4 games, he got 9 runs. It's a little over 2 a game. I guess that's okay. It's not terrible. It's not like today, 1 run of support. It's just, it's a fine line to walk. I don't care how good you are. And that's where I feel bad for him. Like, the Dodgers need to give him some more support. It's just not what you need for your number 1 starter. So Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. They pull it out tonight, straight out of their backside, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat after Tanner Scott gives up a home run in the 9th to tie it, and then another home run in the 10th to give the Diamondbacks a 3-1 advantage. The Dodgers then get those 2 back on gifts in the 10th, bottom of the 10th, and then a sac fly wins the game 4-3. I'm Pete Fox. We'll take the break and come back and get into the turning point because this was clutch and just what the Dodgers needed, and I'm glad to see it came from this guy. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done, and we appreciate you allowing us to be your source for your team every day. This episode of the Locked On Dodgers postcast is brought to you by Monarch Money. I know you check your bank account regularly, and you say, He's like, yeah. It's stop just managing your money and trading because the offense is just anemic. But hopefully, they found a little rhythm, definitely a spark, some energy. As far as the Turning point of this game, pretty easy for me.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Tommy Edman coming in the bottom of the 10th off the bench to lace a double to score the run, the freebie at second base to make it 3-2. That was the clutch hit. Will Smith had one to make it 1-0, and then Tommy Edman with the clutch hit there to make it 3-2. The third run was a gift on a hit by pitch, but without that hit from Tommy Edman, I feel like the Dodgers lose this game 3-1. So him coming off the bench was, perfect. Exactly what they needed. And, it's good to have Tommy Edman back. It's good to have Teo back. They didn't start today because Doc wanted them to have a little bit of rest for tomorrow, kind of slow playing their return. Didn't want them to rack up too many innings too fast was what I heard as to why they didn't get the start from Caroline Watson. What's her name? By the way, two things about the announcers on the broadcast that I have not said this year that deserve recognition. Steven Nelson has improved tremendously. Not that he's young, not that he's a rookie, not that he's new to the game. He's an experienced broadcaster, but he annoyed many of us a lot last year with some of his kitschy, too cool for school calls. And he, for whatever, I'm sure apparently we weren't the only ones who were frustrated by some of these calls because he's dialed that way back and has become a more traditional announcer. He still, tries to be a little too cool for the room at times, but he doesn't annoy me nearly as much as he used to. And it is Kristen Watson, right? The sideline reporter. First couple of times I saw her when she's got the job a few years back, I was like, oof, she's got a long way to go. And a lot of times it takes a long time. And those type of broadcasters they don't always improve quickly. It takes a while for them to get there. But she has improved tremendously and dramatically. I find her to be so tight. She's precise. She gets the point across and she moves on. She's not trying to be too funny. She's not trying to be too cute. She knows what she's talking about. She knows who to talk to. She gets the story. She shares it and boom, she's out. Fantastic. So amen. And congratulations to Kristen Watson. She has improved dramatically from where she started. And Steven Nelson, I'm not nearly as annoyed by him. I think ADK is agreeing with me. You're absolutely right. I think they relax too much thinking he will pitch well. Oh, he's talking to someone else here. And then only need to score a few runs. Yeah. I mean, isn't that kind of the mindset that happens a lot when your ace doesn't get run support? It's that they're like, we don't need to score a lot of runs. He's going to shut him down and not give up anything. 1 or 2 is all we need. It's this subconscious thing I think that does happen. But it's not always the ace. There's usually one guy out there that doesn't get the run support. Sometimes it's the second or third guy who goes out and pitches well and doesn't necessarily deserve the outcome that he is dealt because he didn't get any run support. But tonight there was a decent amount of putting the ball in play. Shohei Ohtani 1 for 4. Nice double in the 8th. Mookie Betts 1 for 5. Freddie Freeman 2 for 4. Pair of doubles. I thought Freddie would have gotten it done with at least a sac fly there if they hadn't walked him. I felt like he was confident. Still continuing to rake. 371 OPS, just over 1100. Vesia from the pitching side of things, again, a little shaky. Surprising. He's a nail biter all of a sudden. Gave up a run on a home run last time out against the Angels. And then today, 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, a walk, a K. Kasperius had to come in and rescue him. And we know the whole Tanner Scott thing. So first, here's another great thing about Yamamoto. The first scoreless first for the Dodgers in 5 consecutive games. That was nice to see. That was a comforting stat to look at. And worth mentioning, Lourdes, not Yuli, that's the brother, Lourdes Gurriel